Say something, chieftain. Anything.
Quiet. Quiet! The chieftain speaks. Little Moonblood is dead. It is true. Noag gave his blood so the Moonkin could live. It is a long story, and now is not the time to tell it in full. But trust Akrog, one day he will. He will tell Noag's story, and he will make sure the Moonkin remember, until every last one of them is gone. But now is not the time for dark thoughts. Not for Akrog, nor for all those who lost trusted ones and kin today. The dark thoughts will come, and they will be strong. But not here, and not now. Because while it is true that the Moonkin have beaten their hunters, they must not fool themselves. It was only through little blood sacrifice, and all the Moonkin bloodshed that this victory was possible. The hunters will return. And if not the Brittlebones or the Chainers, then others. What means this that Akrog is afraid? No. When these new hunters come, the Moonkin will be prey no more. They will await them with sharp tusks, thick hide, and the wrath of a tribe so powerful, they will make even Zarek shiver in fear! Rotted, they are Moonkin! One of theirs stands bigger than 3 greenskins! One of theirs is stronger than 10 Brittlebones! So how it can be they let themselves be the victims for so long? All these moons, all this time the tribe ran because they thought they were too weak. Yet here they stand, bathed in the blood of the fools who thought they could hunt them like animals. Zarek favors the greenskins? Well, rotten let him! The Moonkin will survive. And not only because they are Mugwa's chosen, but because they are warriors! And while it is true that the crush sticks and the throwing spikes killed the hunters, the Moonkin should always remember that it was the strength of the tribe that truly won this battle. One kin shielded the other, and that is why they are still here. Many kin fell today, good and strong kin, and the tribe will feel their loss dearly. And while there will be totems and mourning, the Moonkin will honor their sacrifice by a means far simpler still. They will survive. Now go. Lick their wounds and find the fallen. The Moonkin will be marching soon. But this time, they will build a tribe camp to last. For the Moonkin, and for Noag.
A speech worthy of a chieftain. Grangwa suggests he speaks to the kin now. Then let them find the stranger. If he has not gotten scared and run off, that is.
Trust Zazka. A shaman who can trap the soul of Zarek's cub is not afraid of them.
Still, the Moonkin deserve answers.
Yeah, let's talk to everybody. And I'll probably comment on some stuff from what I know. Yeah, let's talk to the lower ones first, and then
At
we
his
move on to
service.
the ones that we talked a bit more. I can't
He is
talk
going.
to your
What should he do?
companions. So I find it weird that they started talking on over their bodies, you know? Maybe they could have just moved a bit. Yeah, let's talk to this
The
guy.
Bonekin and the Moonkin won the day, Palak. How is he feeling?
Even better than when the Bloodsight takes him over, Chieftain Akrok. Mugwar has given them the gift of freedom.
The visuals are great, great, great.
Let Akrok see.
Chieftain Moonkin make new home soon?
It is true, Ugruk. Very soon.
So Ugruk get make new shelters? That make him happy. He be ready, Chieftain.
Good for you. This is the worker from the camp.
Well done, Chieftain. He fought well.
So did he. They did it, Grorag. They survived.
True. True. A shame it is too late for Krezik. But Grorag thinks he can hear that foul tusk cheering from within the moonlit river. Or farting. Grorag cannot be sure.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, Grorag.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Krasek was that sick warrior. I always thought that he would join up in one of the missions, but it seems not. Yeah, let's
Akrok
meet
is
this guy.
listening.
Let's see. Let's talk to Julog.
What is this?
The Chieftain.
Julag looks sullen. Is something wrong?
Oh, it is just, it matters not. The Chieftain surely has his own thoughts to struggle with.
Speak true, Julag.
Well, it is... Julog wanted to ask for Akrog's forgiveness for going with Nurbok that day. It was a terrible mistake, and Julog should have known better.
What is in the then has no meaning for the now. Julog is forgiven.
This means a lot to Julog. First Talag, then Crumb. Now Noag. Tusks. Why lasts nothing? Nothing at all. Well, no sense in brooding on it. Julog believes the tribe will need the beaks to find this tribe camp to last, no?
It is true.
Then Julog and the beaks will be ready, Chieftain. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
So instead of Julog going, we had Crumb going for that dragon to tame it.
Let Akrok...
Good speech, Chieftain. Seems like he got some of Narjak's gifts for words, too. The cub was right, though.
About what?
Surviving. As long as the moon can keep running, they will always be slaves. Maybe...
What?
Maybe Nurbok was wrong after all. Surrendering to the Greenskins. Their hides would have lived, but their souls would have died. Nurbok sees this now. Had he seen it sooner, many kin would still be alive. Maybe that would be. It is true. But right and wrong are not always that clear. Poor little Moonblood. Out of everyone, he deserved it the least.
Nerbok speaks true.
Either way, Nurbok knows this battle frees him not of guilt. He wants to give his blood for the tribe, now more than ever. But if the chieftain decides he should stay in shackles until Mugwort takes him to the Moonlit River, he will accept.
Time will tell.
It will. And Grungwa,
What?
he is sorry.
Yeah, and indeed, the animal, the dark, had a good advice for them. Even though he's on the extreme side, but still gave them good advice. Take the items, send them to those who value them, trade for them. It was a good advice though.
What should he do? Curse it. Curse it.
Curse what?
Oh, chieftain. It is just... When Akrog find this place, he think it is a blessing. Now it turned to curse. All this dead. Anog is wrong to say trolls come here. He is sorry, chieftain.
Actually, I'm curious what would happen if we don't forgive him and we get him in that cave. I actually wonder.
There is nothing to be sorry about. Things might have been even worse had they stayed. They will never know.
Listen to old Anog. Put his dark thoughts on Akrog. It is him who make the true sacrifice. Poor Moonblood. Anog miss him greatly.
Akrog will too. They had best speak later. Akrog must talk to the stranger, then he will need Anog's advice. He knows not yet where the Moonkin will go.
Anog be think about it already. He think he know a good place, down south. But they talk of it later. Sharp tusks and thick hide, chieftain.
Same to him.
Who else? Let's talk to Zaramak. Man, you made me replay this 3 times. Yes, he got killed 3 times and I wanted to keep everybody alive.
That good bit. What this here? That bit no good.
Zaramak, everything well?
Very well. Plenty scrap here after big fight. Zeramak, use it up, chieftain. No need to waste.
Good. The Moonkin must be prepared.
Very true. It's the only way they make sure something like this never happen again. The only way... it matters not. Either way, Zeramak start with making new crush sticks. Then might try something new. Strange Pig has good ideas. Crazy think that Zeramak would ever listen to a pig.
Well, Akrog is glad he did. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Zeramak.
Sure, Zeramak better go find the pig now. Should be easy, just follow the smell.
Let's leave the pig for last.
Akrog is ready.
We have these 2. Let's talk to them.
Ellen's saucy poems. Look who's coming, brother.
At the risk of blowing your mind, this pig's oculi are still quite functional. Thank you very much, Arthur. I must admit I was quite discombobulated to find out you possess such talent for the oral arts, chieftain. That was electrifying.
That was a good speech.
Warlords.
Good speech. That's what he's trying to say. So, you're going to build a city, is that it?
A tribe camp to last. But yes, they will try. So, Akrog wants them to know they are free to go now.
They have been for a while.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means there have been numerous opportunities to sneak off. If not earlier, then certainly before this quite monumental battle.
Why have they stayed then?
That, my dear thick-hided compeers, is an excellent question. I'm afraid I don't know the answer to it myself. But I wonder, in this new city of yours, do you perchance still require a skilled manufacturer of artifacts? And his dull-witted brother?
They can surely use a good scrapper. As long as the pig and his same blood know it will be dangerous, they are welcome.
Lovely. Let me be very clear, however. We shall need a proper smithy this time. A pig-friendly one. At least until a certain someone has found a way to reverse my porcine metamorphosis.
Yes, yes, I'm working on it. Anyway, don't let us keep you, Chieftain. I'm sure you have plenty of people to talk to. Oh, and, I'm sorry about your brother. I truly am.
Akrog is sorry too.
Fine words, Chieftain Akrog. Fine words.
Were they?
Looks like a genie.
Akrog can barely remember.
Well, that is his loss. Jesting aside, Cabrax can only bow his head in respect for the choice Akrog made. It may feel terrible now, but it was the right thing to do. The bones know it.
Either way, Akrog came to thank the Bonekin for fighting so bravely by their side until the end. What will come next for Cabrax's tribe? With the hunters crushed, will they go back to the cradle?
Ah, the cradle. The truth is, Cabrax knows not.
Why not? It is their home.
Maybe so. But... well, the Bonekin failed to protect it. And Cabrax knows what Akrog is about to say. It was not their fault. Even so, it would feel strange to go back now. And not even the bones can give Cabrax a good answer.
They can stay with the Moonkin then. Their tribes can build this tribe camp to last forever.
The same thought has come to Cabrax too. But he knows not yet. Let them speak of this later, Chieftain Akrog. For now, let them feast. And remember those they have lost.
Akrog will. Always.
Good then. And when all the mourning is done, Cabrax and Akrog will share a roast boar to peaceful moons to come. How sounds that?
Like a fine plan, Cabrax. Like a fine plan.
Alright guys, so you may know I don't post reviews.
Let them find the stranger. Time for answers.
But the fact that I took the time to get this playthrough entirely done and post it on my channel should tell you something. Alright. The game has extremely good visuals in my opinion. The pathing of the units, it's a point where I don't really like how they are behaving sometimes, but the story is good, like always in the Spellforce games. The story, the visuals, and it was a good experience for me overall. Alright, let's take a quick look over here, man. There's nothing here. No last item to be found. Yeah, let's just teleport close to the stranger. In fact, we know who the stranger is, right? So I think the conversation is about the same as it was in the other ending, but with some small differences, perhaps. So let's go through it again. And I'll add some notes. I'll try not to speak over them.
What is that?
It will hold.
The urn?
The Hoard of Souls is its name, but yes. I sealed his spirit inside it, where it can do no more harm. I could never have done it without the magic of that Archfire vein, though. That creature's power was immense. Either way, I'm truly sorry about your brother. He didn't deserve this.
No, he did not. But it is time for answers now.
Of course.
Let me just save over here. So what? 44 hours. But I did spend a ton of time in inventory and setting up abilities, so I think we can extract about, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours out of that.
How could the stranger simply seal the cub into that thing? If all these brittle bones from the temple could not? Is he so powerful?
I suppose you could say that, yes. But as I said, I couldn't have done it without the vein. Frankly, we were lucky this thing went back to the vein to cure you of the blood rot. Otherwise, things would be looking grim.
So he, what? Fed on the power running through this vein and put it into his hex?
Indeed. Before you get any ideas, though, channeling the Archfire is incredibly dangerous. I'm one of the few mages on EO who has learned how to use it, and even I can only access a portion of it.
Okay, guys. I'll just close the mic off and I will stop this after the last cutscene that will follow after all this dialogue. Okay, guys. So, I had fun. I had fun playing this. I actually played Soul Harvest also, even though I didn't finish my playthrough on YouTube. I played the main campaign in Spellforce 3. So for me, these 3 games, let's call them games, let's call them campaigns, were a very good experience for me, guys, okay? I'll just leave it to that. Now, thanks for watching and bye-bye. I'll just close the mic off right now, guys. Yes, thank you and bye-bye.
This herd of souls, it can trap someone's spirit?
Horde. And yes, it can.
How?
Well, we're still figuring that part out. All we know is that it's capable of drawing a living creature's soul out of its body and holding it within. A long time ago, a dark elven woman from Northander used it to bring a creature into this world. But that's a story for another time.
And Sazka has had enough of stories and legends to last him a lifetime.
Back in the tribe camp, the stranger said Mugwa's cradle was an archfire vein, just like this one, no?
That's correct. I'm impressed at how powerful both of these are, truly. Most are just a needle's eye, while these are just a hole the size of a fist.
This means the magic of the cradle never had anything to do with Mugwa, no? It is just like the cub said. She is only a fantasy.
Well, I guess it depends.
Speak true.
Fine. If your goddess exists, then she cannot physically influence the world the way the Guardians or the Renegades did. No.
A god with no power is no god at all.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. An idea, ideals, or hope cannot crush walls, but the people who believe in them certainly can. There are dangers to faith, but I think it's safe to say the faith of the Moonkin and the Bonekin led them to places most of your kind would have never explored on their own.
No. No, Grungwa believes this not. How knows the stranger Mugwa exists not? How knows he the vein is not her blood, as the trolls believe? Believe this nonsense not, chieftain. Just because the Guardians and the Renegades march around showing their tusks to everyone, means not that Mugwa is not there. Think about the Eclipse Goddess Tiara. Not even the stranger knew she existed, yet she did. And she was more powerful than all the other Guardians.
By that logic, I could invent a god right now and claim he exists because you can't prove that he doesn't.
Mugwa has been with the trolls for centuries. And even if she were not, one needs not see the root of a tree to know they are there. What the stranger says is just more of typical brittle-bone ignorance. They see this archfire and think their tiny brains have understood it just because they have looked at it long enough. The chieftain should not let this nonsense shake his faith. All these visions Narjak and the elders had, they meant something. Mugwa is there, and she is guiding Noag through the moonlit river right now.
That is just what it sounded like when Noag woke up.
He was dreaming. The cub said it himself. Little Moonblood was not dead, only sleeping.
What Akrog did, believes the stranger it was a mistake.
It's not a Brittlebone's place to judge.
Akrog is not asking for judgment.
He is asking for the stranger's thoughts. Would he have decided differently?
Let me put it this way. I wish I could say that I had not.
A foggy answer.
But the best and most honest I can offer, I'm afraid.
The stranger will tell Akrog the full truth. Who is he really, and why came he here? Was this his plan from the start? Trapping the cub in this... thing?
It was.
So Grungwar was right. To the stranger, this was always only about the cub.
First and foremost, yes, it was. You have never heard of the Circle, have you?
Zazka presumes he is not talking of the shape.
No, the Circle is a... how to put it? I suppose you could call it a band of powerful shamans from all races in Nortanda, light and dark. Ever since a Nortandian corporal called Tahar discovered the Archfire, the Circle has devoted itself to understanding it. I am one of those shamans. A Circle mage, as people call us.
Light races and dark races. So the creatures of Zarek and Nor have struck a pact with the creatures of the Guardians.
Certain ones have, yes. And it's a very peculiar pact. But that is a long story, and I doubt we have the time.
So this circle sent you to find Zarek's cub.
It's a little more complicated than that, but yes, I came here to find out whether the rumors of an imprisoned field dog were true. I found out they were, but also that I would never be able to breach these portal's seals myself. Which is where you, the gifted Chieftain Akrog of the Moonkin, come in.
Is he saying he knew about the gift of spirits?
I'd heard about it, yes. I'd heard of creatures from all kinds of races with that ability. But you were the only one I could find on Urgoth.
Wait. So the stranger had already been inside the temple before the Moonkin went in?
Yes. I'm sorry about the duplicity, but considering how little that great warrior of yours trusted me, you'll understand why it was necessary.
And he was right to distrust him.
The stranger knew about the dark echoes then.
Let's put it this way. I had a theory, but it was you who confirmed it. It wasn't all lies, Chieftain Akrog. I won't claim the survival of your tribe was my priority, but neither was it my intention to double-cross you. I wanted this resurrection to work for your kind's sake and mine. Needless to say, things took a different turn than I expected.
Had the resurrection worked in the temple, would the stranger have trapped it right there, before the cub could have helped crush the hunters?
No. I would have held my end of the bargain.
And just what stops the Moonkin from crushing the stranger right here and right now?
Why would you do that?
Because he used the Moonkin. He used them like tools.
What, and you accepted my help out of the kindness of your hearts? Don't fool yourself, Chieftain Akrog. We all put our own needs first. Sometimes those needs overlap and we're quick to cry heroes and honor. But in the end, we're all selfish. We came this far together, Chieftain. Let's just leave it there.
He is right, Chieftain. Let it go.
Wise words, Elder Grunwar.
Well, Akrog is glad the stranger got what he wanted. At least one of them did.
Oh, believe me, I'm far from having what I want. If you will accept a word of advice from me, I suggest you go south to the coast to build that new tribe camp of yours. The swamps will act like a natural barrier for you.
Then this is it.
Yes, Chieftain Akrog. This is farewell. I wish you and your tribe all the best. May you build this tribe camp to last. And may your brother find peace in the River of Souls.
Wait. The stranger knows all their names. It is time he told the Moonkin his.
That's fair, I suppose. My name is Wraith Skadar. Farewell.
Gone. It is true. Well, let them return to the tribe then. The Moonkin need to march.
They do, but without Zazka.
What?
Akrog heard him. Zazka will walk on his own. At least for a while.
Because of Little Blood.
It was Noag, or the rest of the tribe. It was the only way to save the Moonkin. Maybe. Make no mistake, Akrog. Zazka understands Akrog is hurting as much as Zazka is. But still, Zazka just needs time away from this all. He needs time to think.
If this is Trusted One Zazka's choice, then so be it.
Zazka thanks Akrog. Zazka hopes the Moonkin will stay safe. But his faith is strong. Akrog has what it takes to be chieftain. This much he has proven. Goodbye, kin. Build that tribe camp to last. All this, it has to mean something.
A tribe camp to last. The elders still wonder if Chieftain Akrog believed his own words when he first spoke them on the battlefield. The corpse of his little blood before him. All that is known is that many Moonkin believe them not. After lives of running, how could they? But then it began. With the scrap and bone and wood of their fallen kin in their sacks. They marched to the south and built their shelters. First 10, then 50, then 100. New hunters and new slavers came, as Akrog had foreseen. But knowing of the field dog slaughter in the meadow, very few of them were foolish enough to attack. And with every attack that the tribe camp endured, the walls grew stronger. One day it became known as Nagmag. What became of Chieftain Akrog, they ask? He led the Moonkin for a long, long time, with Elder Grungwa Greyfur supporting him, first as his advisor, and later as his trusted one, until his old, tenacious hide finally gave up, and Mugwa led him into the moonlit river. What became of Zazka Smalltusk will never be known. Some eyes say he was killed by hunters. Some that he built a shelter deep in the swamps. While some swear they saw him near the tribe camp, speaking with Akrog in secret. So, had he made the right choice? It is true that without Moonblood Noag's sacrifice, there would be no Moonkin and no Nagnag today. But it is also true that with Noag, the last of the troll firstborn blood disappeared from Io forever. And that some choices leave scars, no matter how honorable the intentions. Such is the chieftain's lot.